you experiencing buffering and you have no idea why? These are your 5 ways of how to avoid buffering on your Fire Stick. There is lots of people out there that do say, hey, I'm buffering, what do I do? So these are going to be the top 5 ways of how to fix it for this year on that new 4K Fire Stick Max. Make sure if you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe below. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and leave me a comment below. Are you buffering? Have you tried any of these steps? What has helped you to fix your buffering? Now, step 1, this is the most important step that you should do. The most important step that you should do. All these Fire Sticks, all these new Fire Sticks, especially what they come with is something like this. It is a little dongle. Now, as you can see here, here's my Fire Stick. This is the Max. And they all come with an extra dongle. Now, the purpose for this dongle is so that way you get some space between your TV and the wall. Most people, what they do is they just stick this thing in there and that's it. And it's extremely close to your TV. Now, some TVs do have your ports that stick out like this, and it's okay. If you put it in and it sticks out directly like that, it's fine. Most TVs, though, have it like right up against it. Now, what happens when you do have something right up against it? It could be an antenna that's possibly right there. And there's no way to flip it around the other way because the design on this thing only goes in one specific way. That's where this comes in. So when you do plug it in, the great thing is this thing has a flexibility. You could plug this in just like that on your TV and it could bend any way possible you want. So this will help the antennas inside the Fire Stick when it comes to your the signal being sent in and out. Now, this is very, very simple. Step number 2, when you do come here to your Fire Stick, get yourself a speed test, an internet speed test. A lot of people, what they do is they'll grab it on their phone and run the speed test. That won't work. When you run a speed test on your phone, it's checking your speed test on your phone. It might say, hey, great, you have 100 megabytes download speeds. Guess what? Your Fire Stick might not get that. Sometimes it is a little bit different. So easiest way to do it. If you have, well, you can come here to find, come down to search. Now, the great thing is if you do have this little Alexa device, you could just say internet speed test app. So by doing something like this, you can definitely find it. Now, you do have internet speed test speed, testnet speed. They have Analytics, which is one that it's a popular one that a lot of people use. The great thing about doing something like this is once you get it, once you download it, it could test your stuff. Really nice. Now, while you're here, we're going to run this test real quick. Step number 3. Step number 3, this is an important one. Background apps and process. You see that right there? If you do see this, grab it real quick. Grab it. Download it and grab it. So we're going to come back to this one in a second. We're going to go back to Analytics and we are going to open up this app. So about this app, the great thing is whatever speeds you are paying for, it doesn't matter, you know, like it matters actually what speeds you're paying for. If you're paying for 100 megabytes download speeds and you're only getting 50 megabytes download speeds, then you might have a problem. If you pay for, let's say, 1,000 megabytes download speeds, 1 gig, and you're getting something like me, 400 megabyte speeds, that means you're being throttled a little bit. That means there's something happening that is taking out your speed and not giving you enough. Now, some people might say like, dude, 300 megabyte download speeds, even if they're throttling you, that's great. It's not. It's actually not good. If you pay for 1,000 or a gig, 1,000 megabytes or a gig download speeds, and if you notice that it's significantly lower, then there's a possibility that your ISP, your internet service provider, might be bouncing your internet back and forth. So keep that in mind. Right here for my speeds, I do pay for 400 and I'm getting 399. as long as I'm above 300, I'm happy. I don't care if it's, even if it's $299. I'm happy. I pay for 400 and it's giving me pretty close to what I'm paying for. It says right there at the bottom, I'm good for 8K, 4K gaming. I'm good for all of it. So this is really, really good to have. Now, the next thing is background apps and process. Some people don't know about this app, and this is my number 3. This is something that you guys should know about. It's a great one to have, and you could check what is running in the background. Now, the cool thing is, of course, when you get this, just hit, you could read everything and it gives you all your preferences if you want to disable, enable, whatever. This tells you all the apps that's running in your background. So I never opened up Plex. I didn't open up Hulu. When I did hit this home button on the remote, I did open up Pluto. And obviously you saw me open up Analytics, and I did check out YouTube. Now, here's the thing. You need to close all this stuff because it could be running too many processes in the background. And again, lots of stuff here. So you could just come here, close all apps, click on this, and you're going to get this thing right here. So I'm going to hit force stop. I'm going to hit the back button here, and it's going to go to the next one, force stop. And same thing, rinse and repeat. Back button, force stop. Back button, next one. It's going to keep sending me to the next one over and over and over again. So all I got to do is just hit the back button and force stop, and it's going to go one at a time. I know it's a little bit of a pain in the butt, but that's okay. If I click refresh, it says no apps, no apps, close multiple if I need to. So some good stuff, some really, really good stuff here. Now, what is step number 4? Step number 4. This is going to be the one thing I tell everybody is you got to go to applications. You got to go to manage installed applications. Now, as you can see, and I'll back this up just a little bit so that way you guys can see exactly what I have installed here. As you can see, I got several apps here. So I got Netflix, I got Spotify, Vevo, Disney Plus. I do got Hulu, Pandora, Peacock. I just installed these 2, as you guys saw, Downloader, Vanish, Pluto, all that stuff. Great stuff here. Now, I do have a good amount of apps, and you might have maybe like 2 or 3 more apps that you want to add. If you look below, when you first get this thing, you have about 5.3 gigs available. Well, you notice how it says 3.6? That's 3.6 out of 5.3. 3.6 is really good. If you have anything below 2 gigs of storage, then you might be running low on memory. Of internal storage. So best thing to do is click on manage installed applications. And if you're just like, cool, I don't want Amazon Kids. Oh, wait, there's no uninstall. Some apps you might not be able to do it. Amazon Live Shopping. I definitely don't want this, but it won't let me uninstall it. So the easiest thing to do is just come here. And if there's apps that you don't want, click uninstall, and it will dump the app. So that's pretty much all you have to do. Anything that you don't want, this is exactly the place where you're going to want to do it. Very, very simple, very, very easy. This is a great place to, just to view your stuff. Now, let's just say you're like, I uninstalled everything. I come here and it still says 3.6 and I uninstalled everything. I don't know what to do. Here is step number 5. And some people don't like this step, but this is something that you might have to do. You have to go to My Fire TV. You're going to have to go to reset to factory defaults. Click on this and then click on reset. It says you're about to reset your Amazon Fire TV Stick 4K Max to its original factory settings. Literally, what that means is your Fire Stick is going to get wiped out like you just took it out of the box. Now, that means everything's going to be deleted. You got to reinstall everything. You got to re-sign in everything. You have to reconnect to the internet. Like, you have to do everything from scratch. Sometimes that is the best thing to do for your stick once a year, maybe even twice a year. Especially if you're downloading stuff and then uninstalling it and you're noticing that your memory, your internal storage is not getting better. That's what you should do. So that way it just wipes everything out. Any kind of file, little image, little whatever it has in the background, just do it. Now, let's just say you're still buffering. The last thing that I'm going to mention here is we had issues with, let's just say, YouTube. And this could be with any app. It could be Disney, it could be Hulu, it could be anything. It could be paid, it could be free, it could be live TV, it could be whatever it is. If the source, wherever that server is coming from, sometimes they're sending big packages over into your device. If your device cannot handle that package, then you're going to experience buffering. Sometimes that's not on your end, it's on their end. Now, that doesn't mean their end is not having issues. That means their end could possibly be throwing everything that works great, and an NVIDIA Shield could pick it up just fine. It's just that amount of power. I would recommend trying a different link. Just try a different link, try a different channel, try a different app. It gets very finicky, and it's very... it just there's a lot of nuances that could hinder your device and could start buffering. So those are the things that you can do. All of those things are free. Of course, one of the last resorts that I do leave out there, if you're just like, okay, you tried everything and everything's still buffering, check the description below. I have a VPN service that will help boost your speeds, and you could actually set it up in a way that everything will work smoothly, and I mean very, very smooth. So check the description below. Great VPN. And yeah, I hope this has helped. Let me know what you guys think. As always, you guys take care of each other. See you guys in the next one. Take care, guys.